All right, let's discuss inside bars. So basically, an inside bar is a candlestick that fits into the body of the previous week. So that's the body and the week, and the weeks, they all have to fit in the body of our previous candle, right? So let's say price had been going up, right? Let's say price, let's put that, let's say price has been in a bullish trend, right? Price has been going up, and then it's been in a bullish trend, and then price hits a high, right? And then on that high, where price is at support, and then let's say possibly it wants to reject, and then it creates a candlestick that fits inside the body of our previous candlestick. Some people like to even call this candlestick formation as the mother and child, because the previous candlestick always has to be bigger than the candlestick that you're looking at as your signal or your confirmation or your reversal or your rejection candle, anyhow you want to call it. The body and the wicks have to fit in the previous candlestick. So we're saying price has been going up in an uptrend, and then price reached a high, our resistance, and then we have our high of the candlestick and our low of the candlestick. And then as you can see, our inside bar is inside our previous candlestick, right? So that would be your signal or even your confirmation. And this candlestick pattern always has, if properly used, it always have good risk to reward ratios. All right, so let's say price has been in a bearish trend, right? So price has been falling. With price in a bearish trend, it has fallen, and then price has reached support. So at support, let's say our price wants to reject, it gives us our bullish inside bar, right? As you can see, the body, and if your candlestick have wicks, should be inside the high and the low of the previous candle, right? So price can even follow through with our signal, right? With price rising, and then it rises a little bit more, right? And then you see your price coming back down for a retest, all right? It gives us a retest, and then we see our price rejecting, right? Going higher and higher, following through with our rejection, all right? So what are we saying? We have price that was in a bearish trend. As you can see, price was in a bearish trend. It hit support, right? An inside bar was created, right? And then we have price continue with the bullish trend, retest, and then it continued in the bullish trend. All right, so now let's look at these inside bars on our chart market, examples on our chart market, right? So the first example that we can give, we can look at price at this bottom right here. So we have support, right? Price gave us support here, it rejected, right? And then price fell. All right, so when price fell, what did price do? We have a bearish candlestick right here, and then we have a rejection bullish candlestick, and then you have your inside bar. All right, so let's zoom that out so that you guys can see clearly. All right, let's zoom that out so that you can see clearly. All right, a little bit more. All right, so here we are. All right, so price, what did price do? Price created a low, right? We have a rejection candlestick right here, and then we have our inside bar. You can see this is a rejection candlestick and it's an inside bar. So already it has two it has two advantages, right? So how do you trade this candle? You trade this candle by, you can either enter as it closes, or you can put your buy stop at the high, just above the high of your candlestick, and your stop loss just below your candlestick, right? So if price goes up and it opens up your trade, as long as price stays above your candlestick, your inside bar, price will keep on going into the direction of your trend. And even if it fails to keep on pushing higher in the direction of the trend, your risk, you have so much good risk that your loss will be very little, and you can easily recover. All right, so you don't fall too hard that you can't recover. You can easily recover. That's a good candlestick formation. All right, so let's look at another example. Right, let's look at another example. We have okay, what do we have here? All right, let's look at this one right here. All right, so we have another inside bar right here. This is a very good inside bar. The body, the wicks, they are all inside our previous body. Price was in an uptrend, it reached resistance, as we have right here. Price rejected resistance with our first candlestick, and what did it do? It stayed within the range of that candlestick, right? And within the range of that candlestick, we have an inside bar. Which one are we calling our inside bar? By now, you should be able to see it. Let's use a different color. This candlestick right here, that's our inside bar. All right, so how could you have traded that inside bar? Basically, you would have marked your high wall, placed your sell stop. This one you could have easily entered the moment the candlestick closed, because this is a very good candlestick formation. This is a very good inside bar on its own, and the formation is even better. Price was in an uptrend. We reached support, right? When we reached support, what did price do? Price gave us a rejection candlestick, and all the candlesticks that followed after that candlestick stayed within the range of our rejection candlestick, right? And then that was our signal. And then we have our inside bar. Our inside bar is a confirmation. All right, so you could have just placed your sell stops or entered as soon as the market's closed, right? And then your stop loss above. Okay, however, unfortunately, this trade did not go far, as you can see. Price, your trade would have been taken out by this candlestick that was news, and this is a stop loss hunt. If you want to understand this week, you would have to go on our stop loss hunt video, but this is a stop loss hunt that would have taken out your stop loss. That's the candlestick doing its job. All right, so now if you look at this and then you adjust, all right, let's look at this. Let's say around this area, right? Or even around, even if you put your stop just to be safer, above your rejection area, right? Right? You would have caught your first TP, re-entered if you wanted to, second TP, all right? Your trade could, however, you couldn't have caught the move that happened recently because your trade would have been taken out by the same week. News candlesticks, that's a news week, and that's a stop loss hunt. As we all know, this is a strong resistance. So if you are entering price at a strong resistance or strong support, always watch out for the stop loss hunts. they will always happen, because this is where people lose a lot of money. And for people to lose a lot of money, they have to hunt your stop loss. All right. Now, do we have another example? Yes. You can even look at this candlestick as your example. You could have traded the inside bar today. You have your candlestick right here, right? If you look at this candlestick, right, on the 4-hour time frame, it closed bearish, right? So the fact, let's go on the 4-hour time frame, right? 4-hour time frame. As you can see, our candlestick closed bearish, right there, bearish, right? That's your 4-hour candlestick closed bearish, right? So you already have a high time frame signal. Now, if you go back to where we are looking, right, you would have placed your sell limits below, stop loss above, and your target around 1945. See your target now, your first target 1945. This could even be your second target. You could have a quick first TP at 1950, second TP at 1945. And this would have been the best trade to leave even one trade open, because price has high chances of it falling down, especially if the daily candle closes this bearish and it closes below our previous weekly candle, which is right here. This is our previous weekly opening. If price can close below this area, we should see price continue lower. Even if it doesn't, according to the daily candlestick, with how bearish it is, there's enough volume to push price during Asian session. All right, so let's study this and then we can go deeper with the inside bars.